The bill means that selling and buying of sex would no longer be illegal. Sex worker rights organizations say that sex workers have been amongst the most marginalized groups in the country and vulnerable to exploitation, abuse, and ill health. AIDS organizations say decriminalisation can empower sex workers to negotiate safer sex practices with clients and reduce the risk of violence and exploitation, factors that can increase HIV transmission.
Advocacy is not going to stop as soon as the bill is signed. No, it does not only end there. We need to continue to engage, to make people understand why this is important. So this is why we are working with various communities to then make sure, that there's a clear understanding to say, why do we need this bill? Why is it, important? It's not just about, sex work. It's about human rights. It's about safety.
Activists say the removal of the criminal sanctions and the implementation of a rights-based approach will make sex work safer, reduce gender-based violence, and will have a positive impact on public health.
Our government did take the risk to decriminalise marijuana, took the risk to decriminalise safe abortion, took the risk to decriminalise same gender. Why not sex work? Because sex work are consenting. So in order for us to be able to, which I believe that the bill also, if then is accepted in the parliament and also implemented, we're going to be able to remove all the underage on the street, because these are some of the concerns that our country are bringing to our attention. But under the criminalization, people, they do as they please. And I feel like the criminalization law itself, it does give a perpetrators the opportunity to exploit and also to abuse women or any person that is in the sex work industry.
Sex workers say the decriminalisation of sex work will reduce discrimination and harassment.
The challenges that we are facing on the ground is the stigma from the community. Is a stigma from the community, also from the police, because now I cannot go and report the case if I'm getting abused from the client. Police will charge me and say, no, I'm not going to attend to you because of your sex worker.
So because it is illegal, it's very hard for sex workers to actually show what the income is for. Although we are earning as much as any other normal worker, it's very impossible for us to actually start doing things in investment for our future, for our children. For instance, I want to buy a house, although I can prove that I can pay a bond, I can't, because I don't have a pay slip, for instance. So that's one of the major things that I think are hindering our progress as sex workers. The fact that it's illegal, it means that it's illegal work, it means that we can't prove our income, it means that we can't actually participate in the economic mainstream. And then the illegality of course brings about harassment, either by police, by community policing forums, and this is in all forms. It's torture, sometimes it's beating up, sometimes it's getting arrested, it's being profiled by police and getting fined to a point where you actually start having a criminal record, which is also going to stagger your progress in life.
While the bill has been approved by Cabinet, it faced some challenges.
December 2022, government published a draft bill on decriminalisation of sex work for public comment. That was after getting Cabinet approval, because it's a contentious issue. And there were a number of, not surprisingly, comments received. We then needed to take the bill back to Cabinet to get approval to introduce into Parliament, which we were hoping to do in early 2023. Unfortunately, the state law advisors felt that the draft of the bill may not pass constitutional muster. That means it may get struck down by the Constitutional Court, because although it provided for decriminalisation, it didn't provide for regulation.
If passed, South Africa would become the first African nation to decriminalise sex work. This would have significant implications for the rights and safety of sex workers, as well as for public health and social services. For SABC News, I am Jade Polser in Ballito, north of Durban.